Hello, good morning. Well, it's morning as of me recording this. It is 9:15 a.m. We got a fog advisory here in the city. And I decided to work on my manga for a bit. This is page 4 of part 6 of chapter 1. Of Canadian Royal. This character that I'm coloring in his hair, well, shading his hair, is a Mountie, just like almost every other character in this manga so far. His name is Jackson Goodwill. And if you had seen my previous video, which if you haven't, that's okay. There's this Mountie with orangish hair that I introduced as Peter. His name is Peter Goodwill. The last names are quite similar. Well, they have the same last name because Jackson is one of Peter's dads. This is going to sound very strange, and yes, this does involve Mpreg. Peter is related to both of his dads biologically. Jackson, who is also an RCMP officer, just like Peter, but he's not on duty in this chapter. In fact, in a way, kind of it's his day off, sort of. He was going to visit a family member when something happened to Peter. Peter is related to 3 RCMP officers. Jackson, this character right here, the one with the red hair. Another Mountie named Lewis, Hopeful. He's Peter's other dad. And a little fact about Lewis, he is actually a Nooth. Peter, Jackson, and Peter's older brother Brian, which in this story, he's actually not a full-fledged Mountie yet. He is still going to depot. Lewis is Peter's other dad, and he's from Newfoundland. Of course, I am not going to write down any of Lewis's dialogue and write it in such a way that makes it seem as though he has an accent, because that's kind of weird and I don't know how to explain it. Instead, when he gets introduced, I'm going to have Jake point out that Lewis sounds like a Noof, and Peter saying, yeah, because he is a Noof. Peter himself and Jackson and Brian We're all born and raised in Saskatchewan. The story takes place right now, currently in Manitoba, Dauphin. So this RCMP detachment that they're at, which this is supposed to be the failed door of it, is Dauphin. The reason why I'm kind of overdoing it with the shading on Jackson's hair is because he has really dark hair. Yeah. Sorry if that was loud. I am terrible at cars, just to let you know. The sigh. Did I do this? Yes, I did. Okay. I'm thinking of keeping this maybe as an art channel and post the occasional gameplay. Oh, that's the house settling. But yeah, I guess someone's blasting music right next door, and I'm sorry if you can hear that. Jackson is actually one of the first characters I have created for this story. Weird, I know. And, you know, I really like Jackson. The inspiration for Jackson. Actually, I'm not sure how I got inspiration for him. But several of my Mountie characters were based off of characters or people in my life. Oh, I thought it crashed. That would have been scary. It would have. Yeah. This part of my story is going to be posted today for certain. Sorry. If you're hearing random clicking noises, that's the building settling. Anyone who lives in this city knows that it's kind of like, you can have a brand new building and next thing you know, there's like cracks all over the building by the end of the year because this city was built on clay. Heck, we have such nasty roads. It's actually the nasty roads and terrible drivers here. Or like the reason why I am not learning how to drive. It's hard enough almost getting hit by a car on an almost daily basis. Like the city is bad. Though it's kind of safer for like indigenous women compared to some other places. Winnipeg. Sorry. Jackson is, well, I'll explain his situation and how Lewis, and Peter are all biologically related in a different video. Again, I'm just coloring in things. Again. I will spoil just a teensy bit of this story right now. It's just that Sean's not human. He may look human, but he's taken the form of a human. He is actually still a Mountie, but he's not from this world. Kind of like Lewis, actually. How I got inspiration for this manga in the first place. I actually got to give credit to the actual RCMP for this, for the inspiration. Because they really were the inspiration for this. Specifically one RCMP officer that I sort of met during a music ride back in 2014. And his horse, Wizard. I don't remember the Mountie's name, but I still remember his horse's name. This Mountie and his horse Wizard actually inspired the very first character that I've made for this series, which she will not be introduced until much later. Well, kind of not much later. In the second chapter, yes, she will be introduced. Her name does start with a W. I'll actually talk about her much more in the next video, but right now I'll let you guys go. Bye. Have a good day, evening, or night.